Hello, I'm Jared Post, President of Envision Security. Envision Security is building a suite of applications to provide IT security managers the data and tools needed to run an effective security service. Our first application, Risk Communicator, streamlines the process of prioritizing known risks and justifying security investments. I have a couple slides, then we'll jump into the application. As a security leader, you already prioritize your risks and spending. Some have a formal process, while others rely on implicit drivers such as compliance or incidents. The challenge is no mature tools exist today, requiring you to use custom spreadsheets and presentations. In my experience, I also relied on my most senior professionals who invested significant time preparing presentation material. Our solution is Envision Security Risk Communicator, a software-as-a-service web application designed with a general workflow to integrate with your existing process. Risk Communicator provides a refined interface with outputs worthy and ready to support executive decisions. Some of our customers refer to Risk Communicator as a CISO decision support tool. Before we move to the application, it's important to understand the focus of Risk Communicator. Whether you have a formal or ad hoc governance, risk, and compliance process, you must still take a detour to construct and justify your security budget. Risk Communicator sits between the GRC steps to identify your risks and the resources needed to mitigate them. We focus on the budgeting process that's often more political than technical. Risk Communicator facilitates the green workflow of prioritizing risks, defining projects to mitigate them, and prioritizing those investments. Now let's introduce some of the outputs and questions answered by Risk Communicator. What can we do with more or less budget? When are we done mitigating priority risks? And my favorite, how does that risk of the day affect us? Now let's go to a sample assessment inside Risk Communicator to see how these questions are answered. The first step is to document your enterprise risks. These are not the tactical outputs from your GRC process. These risks are defined here to drive investment decisions in the annual budgeting process. To streamline this step, Risk Communicator contains a risk repository, enabling you to quickly select relevant risks to your organization. You can add new risks and customize them, incorporating your internal evidence. The value of the Risk Builder tab is to quickly and consistently document your enterprise risks. Now let's see how to prioritize them. The interactive risk map provides two approaches to prioritization. First, you can simply drag and drop risks across the heat map to raise or lower the risk score. For new or contentious risks, you can also build a solid justification using our detailed risk model, breaking a risk down into its discrete components of likelihood and impact. And notice the heat map is interactive. If I move a risk, its scores are automatically adjusted. We also include full help text to define risk scores and their attributes. The value of the risk map is to quickly and consistently debate and document risk priorities in your environment. Note that you control all values in the visuals. Risk Communicator doesn't try to think for you. It simply communicates your expertise in a consistent, defendable way. Next, let's see how investments are defined to mitigate risks. The Project Builder tab enables you to define mitigation efforts, associate them to risks, enter cost estimates, and estimate risk reduction over the life of the project. The Project Builder also provides a visual for you to communicate the pace of risk reduction over time. This enables you to visually address that inevitable question of, what if we only give you half your requested resources? Here you can visually show the effect of those budgeting decisions. Again, you control all values and visuals to communicate your message. And once we define individual projects, the next step is to prioritize investments against each other. The Project Map tab enables you to rank projects in context of your business. The Project Map plot shows each investment's business value over cost. Because investments are rarely prioritized on security risk alone, Risk Communicator offers the ability to incorporate your subjective and political realities into the business value score. You have the option to raise or lower the business value by including factors such as IT capability or other values that affect investments. And notice the icon color of the project still reflects the highest risk associated to the investment, regardless of the business value score. The value of the project map is to empower your message by consistently documenting the voice of stakeholders outside IT security. The next step is to decide which investments will be included in your annual budget. The Budget tab enables you to select which of those investments will make the final cut. By entering a total budget amount, we can visually show which investments are included using the project map. Notice projects currently in budget have blue icons. For unfunded projects, the icon color represents the highest risk assigned to that project. Here we can easily horse trade to decide which investments will be mitigated or accepted by the business. For example, if I feel data loss prevention is important, I can simply fund the project. Now notice the project icon is now blue, and we're also over our allocated budget. We need to either ask for more resources or defund other projects. The value of the Budget tab is to quickly communicate the scope and cost of priority investments, while also showing which risks will be unfunded for this budgeting cycle. The final step is to put these visuals to use in your executive investment discussions. The Report tab provides you additional visuals to communicate your risk coverage and export all visuals to a document or CSV file. For example, after investments have been prioritized, we can visually communicate which risks are being mitigated versus accepted. Next, by clicking on the Report button, you can export all text and the visuals as discrete drawing objects. Thus, you can format, paste risk summaries, and reporting visuals into your preferred presentation package. You are now ready to debate and select your security investments in context of your business. In closing, we design Risk Communicator based on our experience running IT security teams. Try Risk Communicator today with a free 30-day trial. Because Risk Communicator is a hosted web application, simply open a web browser and log in. Risk Communicator is sold on an annual subscription. If you are not completely satisfied, we'll provide you a full refund. Contact us today to receive your free credentials to streamline how you prioritize risk and justify security investments. Thank you for your time.